In 10 months, we were able to transform Andras's physique, a Gorilla Platoon member, from this to this, and we train at home with rings only. In this video, we're going to give you the exact exercises that we use so you can copy them, apply them, and build a similar physique. For context, he was a brand new beginner, had not touched a single bit of resistance training before this, and then 10 months later, he now looks like this. There's a full video on how we actually achieved it. This video is specifically going to be on the exercises. So let's get straight to it. We first and foremost started with the absolute basics, the push-up. Absolute basics, nice and simple, body weight on the floor, focused on good, solid eccentric. Steady on the way down, feeling the chest at the bottom, and then pausing. Then we progressed that. We added a little bit of load. We also progressed it by increasing the depth by doing it on handles. You will be surprised just by how much you can improve just by doing so. So then it'll come to the point where you'll need to elevate your feet even more. Now look how deep you can get. Now look at the stretch. Now look at the resistance you're putting on. Notice the progression you can go through here just at home. We then, and he also had a set of rings, we progressed from this towards the back end of the transformation where he's doing it like this. Look at that, loaded with rings, feet elevated, full depth. The rings are moving and he can converge his arms together. That's the beauty of this. So see the progression. Started basic, press ups on the floor, elevated his hands, loaded his back, elevated his feet even more so, and then now the full 9 yards. Like, this is probably better than any form of like dumbbell press you're going to do. That was the chest. That's how we grew his chest from start to finish, like you saw in the photo. This is how we improved his back. So this in the beginning is a ring row. This is the absolute pinnacle end point. We've elevated his feet so he's horizontal. We've loaded his back so it's even harder. And he'll row his chest to the rings. In the beginning, it wasn't like this. In the beginning, his feet are on the floor. He wasn't loaded with anything because you're going to decrease the angle to make it easier and to make it more startable for you. But I just wanted to show you the progression to this. Before you progress with the bag, I would say elevate your feet first. The greater the angle, the harder it's going to be. Then you load up after. The next exercise, of course, we moved to after the rows was the classic chin up. So here, look how high he's pulling. It wasn't like this in the beginning. Of course not. Just about to get his chin to the rings. Now, notice how his elbow is as close to his hip as possible. Your lats start here. They insert onto your upper arms. You want to pull your elbow down to your hip and your chest up towards the top of the rings. Here, bang, pausing at the top for a second. Chest up. That's how we built his back just off those two exercises. Shoulders. We started with an isometric hold with the shoulders in a handstand position. So just holding for 30 seconds, progresses to 40, etc., and just held. Now, eventually he got some kettlebells in, but we were doing this just with the same bag he loaded with the press-ups. He would hold the handle of the bag and do some lateral raises, so like this, but eventually he got some kettlebells in and we started using those. But the principle's still the same. For abs, we started out like this, so feet inside the rings, hands on here. Notice the push back here we do. You don't need to do this. This is a progression here. You push back, fully stretch out the abs, then bring the knees up towards your chest here. Then we progress that onto leg raises, up towards the top. For triceps, skull crushers. Now you could do this off a window ledge with your feet on the floor. As this got harder, we then elevated himself, so the angle was greater. And the goal, what you're looking to do here is just simply close up that elbow joint as much as possible. You're going to come down, close up the elbow joint, feel the stretch. This is going to get hardest about there when the arm comes back to 90 degrees. You're going to push away from there. We also had a set of dip racks, so we used those. This is going to do triceps and chest. We also then loaded him up with weight as well. Biceps. This is maybe one that you've not seen before. I think how you train your biceps with rings. You only move from the elbow joint, so everything stays still. Come steady on the way out, and you just move that elbow joint up and down from this position here. Legs. How we train legs. You can start off with basic squats. What we moved on to was holding the rings, and this acts as a bit of a pendulum squat. So notice how he goes down here, hard, 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 hard. The tension actually drops off at the bottom. You're holding the rings. We've loaded him as well. This exercise is the hardest when you push away from here, that's the hardest point, and then the tension drops off towards the top as well. All the way down, bang, drives back up, bang. We progressed that onto a Bulgarian split squat, elevated on a chair, used the kettlebells he'd got, and also loaded him with a bag. Notice how he's coming all the way down here, closes the angle, knee joint here pretty much closed as well, stands back through, bang, you're up to the top. And then we also managed to do an RDL. In the beginning, we were doing this with just the bag, with weight inside. Then we got creative. He had a broom handle and used the kettlebells and slid them through, and then RDL'd his way up like so. So they were all the exercises we used in order to build the physique that we did in the end. We started off nice and simple, 3 days per week. In fact, let me show you the exact training split we used. So we ran with a full body 3 day per week split, workout A, with the exercises in here, and the rep ranges that we were targeting. So let's say for the split squat, nice and high reps to begin with the pull-ups, anywhere from up to 10, with the press-ups, nice and high reps again. With the rows, a little bit lower on the rep range, with the curls, nice and high. So this was the split we were targeting 3 days per week, with the aim of then progressing through it session after session. And we just upped and increased the ante when we started to see him just breeze through the exercises. That was what was needed here. And that's how we're able to develop a physique like this at home. It's nice and simple. All you need is a set of rings. We had dips. A dip bar, did we really need them? No, we could have achieved the same thing with 2 chairs or with even just doing close grip press-ups for the triceps. But yeah, this is the physique we built. This is the workout we followed. So you can apply it to your own training at home. Nice, quick in and out video. If you want me to do this for you, of course, there'll be a link in the description. And I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you tomorrow.